Jason Vander Ryk, head coach of the ACIT Girls Basketball Team, and we'll see if we got him. Are you there, Coach?
Hey, Sully. Good morning.
Hey, we're into the 21st century here.
Yeah.
So good morning, Coach, and man, you guys are off to an incredible start, 8-0. Did you see this coming? I know you had a pretty good squad coming back, led by Kayla Sykes and Juliana Montero, but a lot of new pieces coming in there, some freshmen. How did you think this was all going to shake out?
You know, you never really know going into this season, especially, I knew with those players you mentioned coming back that, you know, we had a good foundation, and then I had some young talent coming in, but you never really know how freshmen are going to play. So, I mean, did I see this coming? I knew we were going to be good, but, you know, we won last night to be 9-0. I mean, I didn't see that coming. A lot of it kind of depended on, you know, how the freshmen were going to play. And, you know, they've been solid. They've been playing well.
Coach, talk about some of those younger girls you have. You got some height there down low, some rebounding ability. That's really been one of the keys for you guys is that defensive rebounding ability. You're not allowing other teams to get a lot of second looks, and every high school basketball coach wants that, to be able to limit the other team's offensive possessions, and you've really been able to do that with some of these young players getting after it in the low blocks.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, you know, basketball coaches, we can't teach height, so I was very, very lucky to get a 6'3" freshman, Siani Jackson, and a 6-foot freshman, Grace Spear, and you pair them with a 6'1" Jakira Williams, and you know that's a good-looking front line for a boys basketball team. So
right.
I'm happy, very happy to have that, and they've been rebounding the ball. Siani had 14 the other night, and Grace has 11 on any given night, and Jakira is always in double digits rebounding. So they're doing a great job. They're working well together.
And Coach, I think the Montero girl is really one of the more underrated guards in the Cape Atlantic League. She does a lot for you, and she's the kind of girl that can score 15 if you need it, or score 4 and get 7-8 assists. So she's pretty versatile on the outside, can drive, get to the hoop. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Robertson girl over there at Atlantic City. So really a valuable piece to have.
Yeah, I mean, and you said it. She can score 15 points in a quarter or 4 for a game. You kind of never know with her. I always say with Juliana, when her first shot goes in, you kind of know that she's on. But you're right. When she's not scoring, she had 5 assists last night, and she's a great passer. She sees the floor well, and she's really improved from last year. You know, last year she was a sophomore. She started every game, and she's really picking up on the defensive end, which I appreciate that as a defensive-minded coach. So, yeah, I think she flies under the radar, but sometimes that's good.
She's kind of that classic example of a player who, once she starts getting a lot of playing time, really you can see the confidence level go up. Just from last year to this year, she seems so much more confident on the floor, willing to take the ball to the basket and drive and get the foul, that kind of thing, and even take some of the aggressiveness to take some of the pressure off of Kayla there at the point. So it's really cool to see her kind of developing into a pretty good two-guard there for you.
Yeah, she has no fear. She's not afraid to take it to the basket, and as a coach, we love that because when you go to the basket, usually a lot of good things happen. And, all my juniors, Nyaja Grant, Jakira Williams, and Juliana, they were sophomores last year, getting a ton of playing time, and as juniors, you're right, they've all kind of matured, and sometimes they don't, and the fact that they have is a big reason for our success.
Talk with Coach Jason Vander Ryk of ACIT Girls Basketball. And, Coach, a little bit of an oddity for this season for you guys in that you're 9-0 and 3/5 of your starting rotation is sophomores or freshmen. You don't see that too often, to have that much success with younger players. What's been the key for bringing them along? And sometimes with freshmen and sophomores, their confidence can take a big hit if they have a bad game one game, but you guys have been able to keep everything together and really get them going and not have those stretches where they have 2 or 3 bad games in a row and their confidence is down. What's been the key for bringing those young players along?
I mean, the key this year has been if one of the girls are having a bad game, the other 4 or 5 have an excellent game. And, and they bounce back. These young girls have bounced back, and they've learned so quick. I mean, like I said, freshmen coming in, you're right. You know, they miss their first shot, they hang their head. You know, not these girls. I mean, I would say it took 3-4 games for them to kind of understand, okay, this is varsity basketball. And you got to remember, you know, 7 months ago they're playing middle school, and now here they are starting varsity for, you know, a good program. And they've handled it like champs, and they just want to get better every single day. They love basketball, and, you know, they get great leadership from the older girls, and they see the way the older girls, you know, bounce back from mistakes. And my famous line is always, you know, don't let a mistake define you, meaning if you make a mistake early, forget about it and keep going. You know, there's 32 minutes. You can't make a mistake in the first 30 seconds, and then that defines your game. So they've been so consistent, and, you know, they're doing well, and when you do well, you get confidence, and I just have a confident team right now.
I like the freshman Grace Spears. She can do a lot of things. She's sort of a hybrid guard forward. I mean, she can handle the ball pretty well in that low post, and can step out and hit that 10 to 12 foot jumper. Can do some things, get to the rim. Really nice player to have come in as a freshman, and she obviously she's only just now kind of showing a glimpses of what she'll be able to do during her varsity career. So it's going to be neat to see her game develop over the next 3 years.
Yeah, she's got a very, very high basketball IQ, and she is so advanced for a freshman. I mean, we watch her in practice hitting 5 threes in a row, and we just look at each other, the coaching staff, and just say, wow. And you're right, the plays she makes, I mean, she knows when to drive. She knows when to pass the ball. I mean, if she's open on the three-pointer, she's going to shoot, and they always look like they're going in. I mean, they don't always go in, but it looks like it. And she's been a blessing, and she's a hard worker, and another one that just loves basketball, and, you know, she's going to be something special.
One thing I've noticed about her, and just watching her in one game that I saw you guys, a lot of young players in the low post will kind of just go up with the ball when it's not there, and either get a turnover or get their shot rejected. And she's able to know, all right, I'm not really open in this position I'm at. Let me kick it back out and reset and try to get a better pass in here.
Yeah, like I said, she's just so smart. I mean, and it's hard to coach those things, especially, you know, 5-6 games into the season to a freshman. And just the fact that she knows to do those things is good to see. And, you know, we work on things. And, yeah, I mean, she's smart. She knows where to go. And she's effective inside and outside. And, you know, she knows that. And she's starting off great.
We're talking with Jason Vander Ryk, ACIT Girls Basketball Coach. And, Coach, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you about Kayla Sykes. I mean, really been the rock of your program the last 4 years, kind of taking that mantle over from Yasmin Nelson and becoming the face of this program. And what a great young lady. I mean, just so humble, and she scored a 1,000th point earlier this week. How much has she meant to your program, and what are some of the things that she does that we don't see on a daily basis?
I mean, I can't really put it into words what she's meant to this program. I mean, she came in as a freshman and stepped in day one, and she started every single game. She's never missed a game, never missed a practice. The most humble person I know, just a great human being, a great basketball player. She works harder than anybody. You know, she's kind of the coach on the floor. She knows exactly what needs to be done. She knows when to tell the girls to get out on the floor and when to do this. And just so happy for her. I mean, you know, score 1,000th point, you know, it couldn't happen to a better person, very good basketball player. And she just works so hard. I mean, she leaves our practice and she's either going to the gym to work out or she's going to another basketball court to work on her foul shots. And she's just nonstop basketball 7 days a week, doesn't take a day off. And she's really become a vocal leader, and the girls just respect her because her work ethic is second to none, and you have to respect that. And, I mean, you know, the freshmen, you know, they're already counting their points for 1,000 because they saw what happened the other night, and they want to be like her, and that's just great.
Yeah, what coaches always say, you know, you're only as good as your best player, and when your best player is your hardest worker, that can really make a big difference in a team, and you see that with you guys. I mean, she's obviously a hardworking young lady, and how great is that as a coach when your best player is staying late, showing up early, doing all the right things? I mean, it really makes your job a lot easier when you can, you know, you got a freshman that wants to slack off. You say, hey, look at this senior. She's done everything we've asked this program, and look where we're at now. So it's a nice thing to point to be able to say, hey, look at Kayla Sykes and how she conducts herself, and really set a great example for this program.
I mean, it's an absolute blessing. Players like Kayla, they don't come around a lot. You don't get to coach them a lot. So trying to just soak up every day with Kayla. It's my last year with her. 4 years flies by, and like I said, I mean, she's teaching all the girls how to do the right things, and it's so great for the younger girls to see the way she does things, and they see what a great night it was when she scored 1,000, and I tell the freshmen, listen, that doesn't happen overnight, and just in drills and in practice, I always tell the younger girls, watch Kayla, watch what she does, and she's been an absolute blessing. It makes my life so much easier and enjoyable, and I love going to practice, and I love watching these kids.
I'm sure you saw, the first time she stepped on the court at ACIT, what her potential was, and how cool is it to see her career unfold and everything that she's been able to do. I'm sure you were hoping for a career like this. You never know how things might play out, whether it might be an injury or something like that, but I got to believe she's been everything you thought she would be when she stepped in as a freshman.
Yeah, well, she came to one of my camps as a 7th grader, and I took one look at her, and I said, that's a 1,000-point scorer right there, and I got to coach this kid. And I was lucky enough that she decided to attend ACIT. And, as a freshman, she came in, and she's just grown so much. And she's exceeded my expectations. I knew she was going to score and do this and that. But, she worked on her defense. She's a great rebounder. I mean, a great passer. Like I said, she's a warrior. She gets beat up every game. She takes it to the hoop. She takes a beating. She's got the ice packs on her, and she just doesn't miss a practice. And even when I tell her to, hey, why don't you kind of take it easy today? She doesn't know how to do that. You can't teach those things. So, this is a player that, I'm just going to remember, forever, just her work ethic and what she's done for the program. The girls want to be like her, and, what better player to strive to be than Kayla Sykes.
Talking with Coach Jason Vander Ryk of ACIT Girls Basketball. They're off to a 9-0 start. And, Coach, before we let you go, real quick, tell us about next weekend, January 19th. You got the Kiss Cancer Goodbye Tournament. Fill us in on all those events and how that's going to play out for you.
Yeah, we got 5 girls games starting at 11 a.m. We got Bridgeton versus Atlantic Christian. At 12:30, we got Wildwood versus Deptford. At 2:15, we got Southern versus Cedar Creek. 4 o'clock, we got I'm a Hotep Charter from Philly versus Winslow. And to close it out at 5:30, we got Glassboro versus us, ACIT. It's a great event. We raise money for St. Jude's Child Research for Cancer. We raised $1,200 last year. We're looking to double that, and I wouldn't be doing justice if I didn't give Kayla's mom a shout-out, Lonnie L. Sykes, who has been the mastermind and the brain, and she's done everything for the tournament this year. She gets all the credit. I set the teams up. Lonnie L is taking care of everything, going to the businesses to try and get sponsors, and she's an angel. It's hard to tell her no, and she's just done an amazing job, and she's getting all the credit in the world for the tournament.
Great stuff, Coach. We'll be out there. Glory Days Magazine will be out there next Saturday. Checking out all those games. It's a really cool event, all-girls tournament, which we don't see too many of those here in South Jersey. So it's in its 2nd year, and you've got to be proud of how this thing is starting to come along.
Yeah, I mean, after the tournament last year, right after the game, coaches are coming up to us and saying, hey, book us for next year. We want in. And I get emails from, teams, hey, you still doing the tournament? We want to be a part of it. What you're doing is great. And if there was enough time in a day, I probably could have had 15 games, but my wife would kill me. So you got to limit the games and the matchups, and we're excited. And there's no football on this Saturday, like last year, so we're happy about that.
Great stuff, Coach. We appreciate you taking a few minutes here, and good luck the rest of the way. You guys are off to a great start. You do have Atlantic City breathing down your neck, so you got some work to do.
Yeah, we got a tough road ahead of us, and we know that, and we're staying humble, and we're just taking it one day at a time.
Awesome. Great. Appreciate it, Coach, and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the football this weekend because you'll be right back at basketball next weekend.
Thank you, Sully. Thanks for having me, and again, I appreciate the support Glory Days gives us. I'll see you next week.
You got it. Thanks, man. Have a good weekend.
All right. You too. Bye.